Ah! Oh shit! Brad, our entire fucking crew got arrested by the fucking heist police.
Yeah, well, they were stupid. They deserve it.
Yeah, they weren't very smart about it.
What are we gonna do about it?
I don't know. I mean, we did the heist, so I think we're in the clear.
I think we made it back.
Were you boys doing the heist?
Oh shit! It's the heist police.
What is this? Is this the heist out?
We're not doing a heist police. We're just here doing a podcast.
A podcast, huh? Yeah. I've seen some heist movies. You want to talk about them?
Welcome back to Heist-vember. Look at that. We're all pointing. Pointing it. We're like the Spider-Man meme. The Spider meme. We're
I'm in this frame.
yeah.
Look at that, a 3-shot.
Yeah. Now they know that we all shoot at the same time. That we're not in different locations.
Yes,
a
we're
good
on
point.
different sides of the studio, like SNL.
Yeah.
Breaking down the fourth wall.
Yes.
We're back doing Heist-vember. We are not doing one movie this week. We're doing a bunch of movies this week.
Yes.
Heist-a-palooza.
Heist-a-palooza. I like it.
Heist-a-palooza. Yeah, we watched a bunch of shitty heist movies. I strategically picked them based on which ones looked the worst. So
I was curious because
Yeah.
I went through the list one by one to be like, okay, what are like the big, good, popular ones, and none of them were.
none of them were. None of them were.
I hadn't seen any of them, so
Me either.
I don't think many people have.
Yeah, I'm
Probably
glad.
you're 1 in 100.
Yeah, I'm glad that shitty was the prerequisite, and that I was 0 for 0 on all of them.
The fact that the majority of them were free on like YouTube or
Yeah.
Tubi or something was probably the
Just a
biggest
screen
giveaway.
recording on YouTube. Yeah.
Yep, that's how I watched one of them.
Which ones did you watch, Brad?
I watched The Vault and The Forger.
Okay.
I watched The Honest Thief, The Forger, The Vault, Money Plane.
Oh damn!
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's where I'm at.
And I watched The Last Heist, Tower Heist, which wasn't on the list, but I thought,
Oh, I would have watched Tower
that was a
Heist.
fun one.
I watched
And-
Flypaper as well.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's wow.
And I also watched Money Plane. So
I looked up Money Train by accident,
Money Train.
and it was like a movie from 1995 with like Jennifer Lopez,
Ooh.
and I was like, oh, and I can't remember. There's 2 other guys in it that were like,
Not Ben Affleck.
not Ben Affleck, but still fairly popular,
Yeah.
like actors or whatever
Yeah.
at the time. And I was like, oh, I'd watch this one, and then I double checked the name, and it's not the same. It is not the one you wanted us to watch.
You should have watched Money Plane. Money Plane is ooh,
It had a great Kelsey Grammer.
the great KG. Fraser himself.
I do appreciate Kelsey Grammer. I haven't
Yeah.
seen a lot of Frasier, but I've always enjoyed his presence. He's
Yeah.
a good. I guess he's a good beast.
He's a good beast. Yeah. You heard about that Marvel post credit where he shows up as Beast?
I watched a recording of it on TikTok.
So did I.
I need to catch up.
Yeah.
My algorithm's still fucked, so I'm not
Probably
getting
not
much
going to see
MCU.
that movie. Are you plan? Did you see them? Are you planning on seeing that movie?
I haven't seen a Marvel movie in theaters since.
Oh man, he's taking a long time.
I truly don't know.
Wakanda Forever?
I want to say maybe No Way Home.
Oh, it's a long time.
I've rewatched in the last year all of the Marvel movies in order with my mom.
Oh,
My mom, I think, is
That's sweet
curious
bonding.
because she always keeps mentioning it. She's just like, "Oh, I don't know which ones all to watch or whichever ones in
What's
order." And I'm
this
like,
Marvel thing?
it's complicated to be like, which ones do I watch in order?
Yeah.
It's a little painful because I know she's only doing it because she wants to relate to the grandkids, you know, and I just happen to be the excuse.
My mom just likes the actors. I think, like RMJ
Ah.
and stuff.
Yeah, makes sense.
Fair.
Ooh, she'll be disappointed in these latest ones.
I'd be amazed if it got that far.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know if we're gonna get in the Disney Plus series.
Yeah, no, she's not gonna watch WandaVision.
Which I like that one.
Yeah, that was a cute one. But this Money Plane, it's like one of those like famously bad movies. Like if you look up those like lists, you know those lists. Money Plane is
watch
always on
Mojo
it.
top 10 worst
Yeah.
heist movies you can watch for free on YouTube.
Money Heist is one of them, or Money Plane.
I feel like somebody was branching out from writing porn.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was very close to porn.
Yeah.
It felt very porn.
a passion piece.
Yeah.
A passion piece. It was directed by Matthew Lawrence, who's the younger brother to Joey Lawrence, and there's another Lawrence brother who's also in the
Matthew,
movie.
Joey, and Andrew. I adore
Yes.
Matthew Lawrence. I love Boy Meets World, as you know, and he's
Yes,
on
that's right.
seasons 5, 6, and 7. He directed that.
or maybe the youngest one. Which one's the youngest one?
Andrew.
Andrew directed it.
Yes,
but he is also in it.
Andrew. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew was the one he was in.
Which one was Andrew?
He was the one that was in a lot of like Disney Channel original movies. Like he was. Oh crap! The other. He had like the twin. It was like the other me, I think.
The other me. I'm not
He
familiar.
had a clone out of nowhere.
Okay.
That was the plot of the decom.
That's a
And
fun
then
movie.
the movie ends with him being like, "Oh, if anyone asks, you're the
Killing the
long.
clone.
We're gonna keep him, and if anybody asks, you're a long distance cousin. Clearly a carbon copy of
Yeah.
the main character, whatever." As
Was
he
it
got
the movie
older,
Carbon Copy?
it should not.
Was it like
it's
a
not.
Mario Wario situation where one was good, one was evil? Or?
No, the clone was like super smart and like good at shit. So
Okay.
the main character was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna stay home from school and like let him take over for shit," which is like what any
The
kid
dream.
would have done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
was like,
definitely.
that's one of those like, fuck if only. He also was in a decom called "Taking It to the Mat," where he played a blind high school teenager who joins the wrestling team,
Nice.
which was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he plays the hacker, the
The guy on the
computer guy
ground.
on their team.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. It stars The Edge, who I guess he's like a WWE.
Bono?
That's who that was.
Yeah. The guy from U2.
I
Yeah.
thought it was like Triple H on like a Hunger.
Yeah, it
Hunger
was just
Strike.
like rip off Triple H.
Triple hungry.
Triple hungry. Pretty hungry. Kelsey Grammer plays Darius Emmanuel Grunch the Third.
Yeah.
Darius Emmanuel Grouch III, better known as the Rumble.
Or
I
something
was
like
gonna
that.
say, so far this is not a Kelsey
Yeah.
Grammer name.
No, no,
But
no.
he still had like he was complaining about getting blood on the terracotta, so like he still had like very much Fraser Crane
Yeah.
type traits that he
Yeah.
couldn't get away from.
Yeah, it was a very fancy. He was the
Elegant.
fanciest man. He was the elegantest man in this movie. He was just a rich heist supply. He gave them the heist, and then they did it for him. They
And
were
they-
like trying to steal like cryptocurrency off a plane or
Yeah,
something.
three
like that.
sets. 3 sets.
3 sets.
Yeah,
in the entire movie. Yeah,
Kelsey's HQ
his mansion. Yeah,
where they did the initial heist, and then the money plane.
the money plane.
Yeah, and then like a couple little filler background outdoor scenes here.
Yeah.
But yeah, they wanted to steal millions in crypto and billions in crypto
Billions.
and hundreds of millions in cash.
Yeah.
On a plane casino where, since they are in international airspace, it's where the highest rollers can gamble on just about anything. Which
Very
is,
80s James Bond.
Yes.
I mean, they even had like the guitar riff,
Yeah.
like in between scenes that felt like just like someone strumming.
Yeah,
Bling.
makes me think of like a bumper in a sitcom, like just
Yeah.
changing scenes.
Yeah, this could very well be like a Disney Channel sitcom. Like how shitty the sets look.
The worst Texas Hold'em scene I've ever seen as a poker player, and a game of Russian roulette.
Like real Russian roulette.
Russian
Yes.
roulette, yeah,
Yeah.
with Matthew Lawrence.
Yeah,
Oh,
And spoiler alert, he loses.
oh no,
Yeah,
he does.
that's tragic.
tragic.
But it's
And,
heists,
comedy
heists aren't
sprinkled in.
pretty.
Yeah.
There's a famous line. Kelsey Grammer says,
Yeah.
"You want to see a guy fucking an alligator? Money plane."
Do you want to bet on a dude fucking an alligator? Money plane.
All right.
Yeah. So if you ever want to see that,
I
get
want
on
to.
the money
The
plane.
more you talk about it, the more I want to see it. I'm mad
Yeah.
I didn't dive into that one.
Yeah,
Did you like it? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I enjoyed I enjoyed that it's a thing.
Yeah.
I think that's how I am with a lot of these movies. It's like it's more so fun that like someone definitely got like fucking major tax credits for making this film, and that's why they gobbled this together. And Andy,
My head goes to like how good was the coke at that pitch meeting?
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
It crossed someone's desk and they're like, we have to
How
make
much
this movie."
alimony does Joey Lawrence owe so that he fucking like did this movie? Poor guy.
Yeah, it was a solid bad movie.
Yeah.
And very bright
Very bright, yeah,
Yeah.
very bright colors, and just it was
for the dark content of a guy getting electrocuted in a
By
kiddie pool.
he just got electrocuted by like getting thrown into some servers.
yeah.
That's what happened. Yeah. The chick member of the team, she like seduces a guy and then she like beats the shit out of him, throws him into the server. He gets like electrocuted and dies.
I did like how you need to treat all the stewardesses with their ladies, and they are with the utmost respect. But then he claps his hands, the lights come down, and a bunch of whores come out.
Yeah.
It was,
The stewardesses are a different story,
yeah, that's a good point.
Going back to the words are hard.
Yeah.
Electrocution
death
scene. Yeah. I've noticed that many movies. I've never seen someone get electrocuted, but I feel like most movies get it wrong.
Yeah.
Like Jurassic Park, when the kid gets shocked in the fence, he just falls.
Yeah.
Like just kind of what's the term? Like a ragdoll.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people live to tell the story to make sure it's like accurate.
That's a fair point. I
guess
didn't
that's
think
fair.
about that.
Yeah.
I've never died.
Yeah.
I've never been electrocuted. I've been mini electrocuted.
I would say I kind of been like a plug.
Yeah.
Didn't
I have a
react the way I
video of you
wanted to.
getting electrocuted.
That's right. Here's that clip. Fucker! That was fun. Right?
And we're back.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah. That was, hey, talk about people at Detroit open mics getting tased. Oh, boy. It was a hard week to talk about that.
Yeah.
But, Brad, do you want to talk about one of the movies you watched?
Yeah, sure. I watched The Vault.
The Vault? You also watched
I
The
think
Vault?
at least,
I did
yeah,
watch
we
The
watched The
Vault,
Vault.
yes.
Did you watch The Vault?
I did not watch The Vault.
Oh, okay, yes. So The Vault, right from the get-go, the movie starts with the fucking heist scene.
Nice.
Like the the movie I watched didn't have. You know how most movies, like the very beginning is like the production company and like shit like that. This movie,
Just right away.
the copy I watched, it just movie.
Nice.
And I was like, okay, this is different but welcome.
Yeah.
No foreplay.
No, not at all.
go
We're getting
straight into it, yeah.
right into the penetration. So it starts off, we're at a bank.
Yeah.
It's getting robbed. And we see Taryn Manning, who is of Orange is the New Black fame.
Okay.
Recently, well, she's famous for other things, a couple movies and stuff. But recently, I saw her on Whitney Cummings' podcast, and she has a bit of a TikTok following.
Which
from
one
recent years.
was Taryn?
Oh, Taryn Manning played Pennsatucky. She was the little one with the fucked up teeth who was really into Jesus.
Okay.
Okay.
And she's really into Jesus in real life, which is fine, but like there are limits, I feel like, that make people comfortable.
Okay.
So yeah, she brings a very interesting energy, and during the entire Whitney Cummings podcast, she was acting wild and out. Like they talked about, they did a film together called Crossroads with Britney Spears, and in the interview, she discussed how they had to shut down production on the film for 2 weeks because Britney Spears had bad acne, and then Taryn Manning just goes, "Pizza face."
Good for her.
I just
Pretty good.
was not expecting
Good joke,
that.
right?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, high school never ends. So yeah,
Killed on
she's
Pizza Day back in the day.
Yeah, free pizza day. Whoever comes with the most acne gets a free slice of pizza.
her character had a teardrop. I did not clock if it was filled in or empty. Did you,
Okay.
by chance?
I
Was it even a teardrop?
I,
just a
I
sticker?
feel like
It's
it was
just like a
filled in.
tooth.
A
I feel like
stencil?
it was filled in.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes more sense. Okay, well, yikes.
Yeah, she was not pleasant.
No, that's Pleasant's not her thing.
Yeah, she's not very ladylike. And
Subtlety is not her.
And her sister had a terrible blonde wig to
Yeah.
start things off.
Yeah, it was a whole family affair, which I thought was interesting. A family heist crew.
Family heist.
Were the non-family members like observers of this heist? Were they the people that they owed money to? Is that what I?
I honestly didn't clock why they did what they did. I do recall like
Just for the
there was
heist
a
of it.
line at some point being like "I'm a hostage too" kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. There's a little bit of a.
I think that's what threw
Little
me
bit of
off.
backstory.
I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Just, they're not just like, oh, we want big money because we don't want to ever have to work.
Okay.
They broke into a vault that didn't have much money, so
It was
It's one of those vaults.
Well,
One of those empty vaults.
the gag of the movie is that there's a vault under the bank that they're trying to rob, and they're like, oh, take us to that vault, and they're like, okay.
So does the whole movie take place in the bank?
it does.
The entire movie takes place in the bank.
Wow.
And what I found very
That
interesting
one
is
set.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah. One of the more interesting things I found about the movie was that these like heist people were really good at their job because it took a very long time for a cop to eventually show up.
Yeah.
Like they must have covered all of their bases.
Well, I feel like there's a fire next door. They'd done something to like throw the cops off. It was a very well laid plan that just blew the fuck up once they got in there because
Yeah.
only $70,000 or something like that.
Yeah, banks only
initially
keep
they
so
got.
much
Yeah.
like available. It's how they get in is one of the sisters is like applying for a job. The other one is like in line trying to talk to a teller and is like giving the teller a hard time. And then there's at least one brother. I didn't remember if there was two or if there were just other guys, but they're all like firemen.
Okay.
And then they come in and they're like, "Oh, we just put out the fire. Everyone should stay inside." And then that's when the heist begins. Once everyone's in the same meeting point.
Which
Okay.
Taryn Manning, when she was chewing out the teller, making a scene, was really speaking a lot of truth about, like if I screw up, I get charged a fee, and if the bank screws up, who has to pay for that? And I'm
Yeah.
just
There we
sitting
go.
there,
Some
like,
social messaging in this
like,
shitty
preach.
B film.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say that sometimes
Franco
criminals
is in
have
this
points.
one, right?
James Franco is in this movie.
Okay, that's what he's been up to these past few years.
Among other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe he's the first like notable like in terms of like the first shot of a person we see that we know. I believe he is one of the first ones. He's got a mustache. He's got glasses. I think. Maybe he didn't have glasses.
No
but-
glasses.
No
From what
glasses.
I-
Okay,
yeah.
I'm making shit up.
Okay.
He starts with
Solid
the mustache,
mustache,
so I'm
yeah.
like, okay, how on a scale of 1 to 10, how pedophile was he?
Was there any 17-year-olds in the film?
I didn't ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why the cops took so long to show up. They were like, "Oh, James Franco's in this place. Like, we got to take care of him first." And then
That's a good point.
he was, he was just in the manager's office, like non-teenagers,
Yeah. And I
showing his
mean,
dick to them.
yeah. I mean,
Him and Seth Rogen just smoking a joint
Yeah.
outside.
and then I guess to jump ahead. Spoiler alert: it's a horror movie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, did not expect that,
twist.
but that was a fun little twist. In said vault is, would you say ghosts?
That's
like,
pretty sick.
Yeah, like when they open the vault, it just like unleashes.
Ghosts just fly
Uh,
out. It's like the Ark of the Covenant.
It's somewhere between ghost and zombie.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know what the best word to describe is because they look like zombies, but like I don't know if they were there. I don't know if they
astral.
were
Spoiler
material
alert,
the
yeah,
the
yeah.
entire time. What were you about to say? Sorry?
No, this is like just like spoiler alert that like James Franco
Dies.
like he seems to have something to do
Okay.
with the ghosts, but you're not quite sure what. Like you're seeing,
They're all the girls that he
flashbacks.
molested.
Yeah.
He just traps their spirit.
a
in the
really
basement
a
of his
really
vault.
awkward scene taking one of the hostages to the bathroom.
Yeah, that was super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He took the
It's like-
hostage to the bathroom.
No,
One of the
Taryn
heist-
Manning's brother.
Yeah, one of the heist people,
Yeah.
siblings. And then he's asking the weirdest. You got sisters.
Was it a guy hostage or a girl hostage?
Girl.
The-
hostage.
it was a girl hostage that I think she was a teller or something. Either
Okay.
they had one person who was not like a bank employee because at the end of the movie they're like 6 hostages, 5 were employees, one was what do you call them, civilian or whatever.
Okay.
And yeah, he's asking it's just awkward because like I mean,
Yeah.
men and women being in a bathroom together is
Peeing
awkward
together
enough
is
when he wasn't invited.
They made very quick work of cracking the vault, though.
This is true.
Yeah.
I do love a good vault cracking scene of just like a guy with his ear up to it and he's like twisting it and it's like
Especially on the fly, like when he
Yeah.
wasn't anticipating cracking this vault, he's like, "Well, we got the plasma cutters, we got the drill.
Yeah,
Should take 5 minutes."
yeah,
Like,
because
and then the ghost spilled out.
pretty much they get down there and they one by
they
one
can see him
kind
on
of
the
get
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's reacting to things in the hallway, and the crew upstairs are like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
So what were the ghosts? Were they just
They were like what's their deal pretty much.
yeah.
So there was a heist that took place in the 80s that
Another heist.
yes that did not go well.
Oh.
Yeah.
James Franco killed them.
He did.
He did? He was
Yeah.
alive in the 80s?
Yes, and I believe isn't his ghost is like it's like Bruce Willis situation like
Yeah,
his ghost
Oh,
all the
so
time.
he's a ghost.
Yeah.
yeah
Turns out, because then they're interrogating at fast forward to
He's
the
a
end of the
ghost
movie.
rapist, yeah.
They're interrogating all of the hostages, and they're like, well, this person that you speak of isn't showing up on any of the surveillance footage, and so
James Franco was a
James
ghost
Franco
the whole
was just reliving his heist fantasy as a ghost, I guess.
yeah
Yeah,
just Franco in it up.
time. Okay.
yeah.
That's an interesting
They
twist.
escaped
On
It
the
was
a-
water
interesting.
main.
Yeah.
I why was there no water in the water main?
That's a great
Isn't
question.
that normally what water mains are before, like
For water.
Maybe
Yeah.
that one was conveniently off for maintenance.
yeah, but it was a large pipe that they cut through and were able to kind of Andy Dufresne crawl out to freedom, and yeah.
We should. I just thought something. After we talk about each one, we should estimate how much like the biggest star made from it.
That's
So
fair.
how much do you think James Franco made from this movie? Do you think it was 7 figures?
I feel like he probably also like wrote and produced it.
Probably.
Yeah.
He's in a position where he needs to produce more.
Well, this is 2017.
Just some girl from his film class.
So it was before he got canceled.
Was it before he got canceled?
I don't remember when he got, because I feel like he's been canceled a few times.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. Yeah, it was the starter canceled package.
Yeah.
I think he got canceled like right after the Disaster Artist.
Okay.
Something like that. It was like around the last time he hosted SNL. I remember
Okay.
that much.
Well, maybe because Seth Rogen wasn't in it, then he was already because.
If
Yeah.
this was pre-cancellation, what the fuck is he doing in this movie? This is just a passion project.
Yeah.
He's just like,
Just
I
trying
really
to
love
step
this
out.
ghost hostage heist movie. I really want to do this.
Maybe
one.
it was one of the cut throwaway movies that they made, and this is the end. And so he's
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
"Well, that's actually a good
gotta
idea. We
spin
need
this
to
one
we
off.
need to actually make this movie."
No one
I'm
made
gonna
a
keep
ghost
this, actually.
heist vault movie.
Yeah. I mean, it had a guy killing himself with a drill bit to the temple.
yeah, that was pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Another guy,
That's fun.
the ghost made him take a shotgun and choke it down. So, yeah, some good.
Assisted suicide by ghost.
Yeah, some Kevorkian.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Solid flick.
Yeah, I liked it.
All right, Papa Sean, give us another one.
We'll go with another one that Brad and I both watched. The
Yes. I love being told about things.
The Forger.
the Forager.
The Forager.
The Forager. Yeah. I was
The Forager.
Yeah, I was misreading it as the Forager, and I was like,
The Forger.
yeah.
The Foreigner. That was a movie with Jackie Chan, where he like
No.
fights Pierce Brosnan.
Well, was that?
That was. Yeah.
I think that's
The
a real
Foreigner.
movie.
Yeah.
No, this is John Travolta. In
I wanted to watch this one, but I didn't get around to it.
Travolta in Boston opens up with him
like
in
the
jail.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like, yeah. It's,
John
Travolta's town. Yeah.
Yeah.
Travolta's Town.
I'll give it to him.
I'd watch that. Travolta's Town.
But
It's about
opens,
Scientology.
opens up with Travolta in jail, bad hairpiece,
oh, the worst. Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
but had like the silver streak, and
Nice. Looking all Danny Zuko.
yep.
Not quite Danny Zuko.
But he finds out that he's still got some time left on his sentence, and decides to
Heist
call
his way out of the prison.
Well, he calls in a favor to get out of jail,
And it's Bruce Willis.
Unfortunately, not.
That would have been cool.
Then turns out he called an old gangster friend that was able to pay off the judge $50,000 to get him out early.
Yeah. Who was the gangster friend? Just some guy.
I did
Some
not clock.
actor
I did
who's
not clock
not
a lot
in
of
it.
actors in this.
Yeah.
I know John Travolta's in it. Christopher Plummer's in it, and
Christopher Plummer.
Christopher Plummer is in this.
What the fuck?
That was my reaction.
I could John Travolta. I get, but Christopher Plummer.
Yeah.
Right.
Which one was Christopher Plummer?
He
He's
was
like
the
the
dad,
super
the
old
grandpa.
dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's those two, and then not James Marsden, who played Cyclops, like the prequels version.
Oh, Ty Sheridan.
Sure, the Ready Player One kid.
Yeah, Ty Sheridan.
Yeah.
I think is his name.
So yeah.
Oh, that kid's fucking up too.
Just-
That I could see.
Yeah, just a bad, gangster trope where of course, where does the gangster do business out of? The office above a nightclub.
Ah, that makes sense.
So
What's the heist?
Well, so Travolta goes and finds out, what he owes to get out, and
Yeah.
this guy's like, well, I need you to steal a painting, to forge a painting so that we can replace it.
Is that his thing? He forges paintings.
He does. He's a painter.
Oh.
Yeah. And so there's a great scene where he goes into the safe to get his old brushes, and there's
Yeah.
4 brushes that he gets, and it's like
He's like, my power's back. That's
my
funny.
Sweeney Todd razors.
Yeah.
It's like his Thanos grabbing the glove thing. And he's-
But-
I'll do it myself.
it was a Claude Monet, right?
That's probably around the time I fell asleep.
Okay. Yeah. So
He's like, I gotta paint this painting, man.
it was an impressionist painting.
my
Yeah.
God.
Hey. Well, he's got a bad Boston accent in this.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird facial hair.
The kid's accent wasn't bad. Him I had to clock. I was like, he did his homework.
Were you awake for the second wish of the kid's wishes?
There's wishes in this movie?
He's a
so-so?
he's a teenage cancer kid. He's got like stage
He's
4.
like Make-A-Wish.
He's got
I
like
want to hang out with John Travolta.
He's got like stage 4, like I think he's got a tumor in his brain or something. So he's like at treatment with his newly released from prison father, John Travolta.
Okay.
And John Travolta is looking over, and there's like this Make-A-Wish party going on, like on the other side of like the office or hospital.
They got like
area.
Manny Ramirez, you know. Like.
Yeah, there's like a celebrity, and then
He's
John
like,
Travolta's
John
like, "You
Travolta,
want to
I
do
got
that?"
some paperwork for you.
And the kid's like, "No, it's dumb, it's cringe." John Travolta's like, "What are you kidding me?" It's like, what would you wish for? And then he wishes for like, "Oh, I want to know where my mom is." And then so yeah, to answer your question, I did not clock the second wish.
The second wish is the terminally ill child, 15-year-old, wants to get laid.
I was going to say, this is what he wants to have sex.
Yeah. So
That's a good wish.
So Travolta.
Damn it, I would have loved to see where that goes.
Yeah. So Travolta.
So John Travolta takes his pants off and he...
Well, no. So there's this great scene
John
where
Travolta blows a 15-year-old kid.
Travolta's with his his fixer, you know, the guy that kind of gets him all like the things that he needs. And he's like, I got some good news and some bad news, and so he gets like the bad news about like the sensors on the painting and making the heist like difficult, but like the good news is, and like he gives him a phone number for a brothel or for a hooker, and it's like
the guy gives it to John Travolta.
Yeah, he's like for your son,
Oh,
like, so now there's two adults that are trying to get this kid laid, and so at this point Travolta's already being trailed by police.
Okay, and
so they're like, look, he's contacting a felon, he's breaking his parole for X, Y, and Z, but
this kid's gotta get laid.
Yeah, we want to see what's going on. And then like he goes to a whorehouse, and they're like, well, now we're just terrible at our jobs if we don't do anything. Yeah. So like as Travolta's like walks his kid into the girl's room, she's like, I got him from here, Dad. Come back in an hour, And he's like, all right. So he's like walking out, and he sees like the cops coming up,
Ooh.
So then he has to go back, kick in the door, get his kid. Then they have to escape, and like the kid ends up having the time of his life. Doesn't get laid, but like gets to like run from the cops after being with a whore. So yeah.
Okay. Well.
So,
John Travolta gives him a pity hand job in the car. He's like, I'm sorry he didn't get laid.
I'm sorry, Johnny.
Fucking blue-balled my son.
Yeah.
He just sucks his kid's cock.
And then the kid's the kid's third wish then is to be a part of whatever it is that
his crew,
his dad is doing. So then he gets brought into being a part of the crew. And
yeah, I guess terminally ill kids don't have to worry about syphilis. I mean, it might expedite it, but they don't have to worry about it.
It's not as much of a concern, I would reckon.
Yeah,
that would be interesting to see how many Make-A-Wish requests are like Jenna Jameson, like
Riley Reid. You guys seen that video? Like the guy, it was his first time having sex, and like Riley Reid.
I did not watch a guy have sex for the first time. No.
Okay.
You didn't look up like guy's first time. No, it was like some guy. He won a contest.
Not my
He was
genre.
like, he was like some, just like some fat loser guy, and he won some contest. To have sex with Riley Reid or Mia Khalifa, one of them, and it was so fucking weird.
Yeah,
but it was hilarious too because he was just laying in bed and she's just like picking up his like soft cock and like trying to. Put
This is a real contest.
This is a real thing.
That's like taking an F1 car to parallel park for your driver's test.
Yeah, and he was like, I'm just such a big fan. Like it's my dream to have sex with her, to lose my virginity to her, and it was fucking.
A lot of mouth breathing, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's
not a whole lot of eye contact.
Too.
Yeah, it was hard to watch, but also hilarious.
I've always wondered with the Make-A-Wish Foundation if they have a collections department. Like if the kid outlives the terminal illness,
do they have to give it
do
back?
they then have to like?
Hey,
this is awkward.
We can't take your Hawaii trip back.
Yeah, so like, I mean, you're gonna have to cough up. We can put you on a payment plan, but there are some kids that are actually gonna die out there that we allocated resources.
John Cena like comes to break the kid's leg. You weren't supposed to live.
There's a reason I'm the most active Make-A-Wish guy for a reason.
Yeah. You're fucking up my numbers, kid.
He has to molest the kids after he...
I was batting 1,000.
Oh,
I
man.
can't have you live through this.
Poor guy.
I told you my deepest, darkest secrets, you know. But yeah, so Travolta gets the kid involved. There's this great father-son scene where Travolta's telling him about, you know, how minerals and paints get mixed together, and you know, it's just, and then Travolta starts painting, which was a lot of fun for me to watch. Honestly,
I have to go back and watch both of these.
yeah, it was solid. And then we move on to the actual heist, where they then have the dying panzercation kid hiding in the vents.
That's funny.
Until they circle back. Which, you know,
Just hang out here for a bit.
yeah.
Like, we know you can't breathe, but this shouldn't help.
And then, you know, they did the thing that I
He
hate
just wants his kid to
in
die.
heist movies, where like they do a reveal of the plan. Like you feel like you know
Yeah.
what the plan is.
They show
plan.
the plan, and then they...
And then there's like a thing
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like, oh, by the way, we also have this going on. And
Yeah.
it's like, so it was a way for them to double cross the guy who, you know, they're stealing the painting for. They had the dad pretend to be an appraiser.
Okay.
And
Is he wearing glasses?
he put a tweed,
That's a good little
put
disguise.
like a tweed jacket on
Yeah.
to be an art appraiser. Are you back awake for any of this?
By the time I woke up, it was like a minute from credits.
Okay. So they get the painting. It was a nice move. The kid drops out and he screws the security office door shut. So like when the alarm gets tripped, they can't get out. The one security officer that's roaming
It's a fire
around
hazard.
like pulls out a flask and is looking at like a marble statue with like a tit out, and it's like, you know, it's like really like I felt like that was something that Travolta's like, hey, you should have him in here looking at the titty.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I think it'd be a funny movie.
Yeah, do you think security guards do that? They just... They're just staring at all the naked statues. They just start
Probably.
jerking off when no one's
Yeah.
there.
My neighborhood growing up, somebody had one of those on their lawn.
Really?
Not like a big one, but it was
Yeah.
probably about 4, maybe 5 feet.
yeah.
And yeah, same thing, one titty out and whatnot. So
My aunt has a mermaid coffee
That was
table
Brad's
that is
first
like
titty.
like she moves it into the other room whenever her grandkids come over because she just doesn't want to put them through puberty too early, I guess. But
My-
so, yeah, they get the painting.
No, I was going to say this is a topical story. When I was like in 6th grade or something, one of my teachers had like decorations she would put up, and one of them was like a pilgrim girl shaking the hands of a native girl, but the native girl had her tits out, and so she would cover it up with a Post-it.
Nice.
And I'm like, first of all, just don't put up that poster because kids are going to take that Post-it off.
Yeah.
And want to see that tit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
Great titty.
and she would get so pissed about it, and I was like, "It's your fucking fault, dude. Like, you got this titty poster, and you're putting it up, and no one stopped you for some reason."
It was a different time than when I went to high school, I guess.
2010.
I mentioned that we watched Clockwork Orange in high school.
Oh yeah, you did mention
so-
that.
Well, it was the it's so inappropriate. Not so inappropriate now, but they've had lawsuits and shit in the recent years. The original Romeo and Juliet film from
Okay,
like the
yeah.
'60s. You see teen titty in that,
Nice.
and not like Euphoria where the actors are older.
Yeah.
What's the play where the kid fucks the horse?
Equus.
Equus. Yeah, I remember
Mr.
watching.
Hands?
Yeah, I watched that in high school as well.
Oh boy.
Yeah, yeah.
You made a joke that that statue was my first titty, and you couldn't be more wrong.
Yes.
My first titty. My grandpa, at his cottage I would go to
Uh-huh.
sometimes to hang out and visit and stuff. He had a painting of a
Nice.
woman laying in a bed with, topless,
That's pretty cool.
and it hung above his bed for years until he died. Then they took it down, whatever.
You have that painting?
It is above my bed. It's been above my bed
Nice.
for years.
Nice.
Carry on the tradition. That's awesome.
Yes, it's in a very tacky gold frame, but oh well.
That's fucking sick as fuck.
It's so cliche, but like me and a kid I played baseball with would steal his dad's Playboys.
Oh yeah.
Just like, I don't know, it's not even fun. You know, I feel like it's been in too many movies. You know,
Yeah.
but
My mom got my brother a subscription when he was like
That's
16.
good for your mom.
yeah, nice.
Your dad was a
Is a sex therapist.
Sex therapist. So you had all the stuff.
My dad got paid to watch porn for a while. He was on Adam and Eve's payroll for legal reasons.
For legal reasons.
Yeah.
He had to watch for consent.
When porn, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was either that or Critic. I wasn't gonna
He's
assume.
like, I just don't buy it.
I couldn't come. You know. Like, so yeah, it was interesting. You know?
Very. Wow.
Yeah. There's not much porn that you could see in the late '90s, early 2000s that my dad hadn't already seen, which is a little awkward. You know?
He like walked in and he's like, no, that one's shit. Here, this is what you want to watch.
The story's all wrong, you know. Like, but yeah, apparently that was an issue with when the industry really blew up with the DVD craze, that porn companies were getting sued, where people were like, I wasn't even into that until I watched it on this.
That's funny.
So.
Curious if that job has like expanded in terms of need with the blow up of porn over the past couple decades.
Get your dad on the phone.
I think there's just like at some point it's like when the dam blows.
That's
you know?
that's the thing.
Just,
There's probably at this point there's probably too much porn to regulate.
Yeah, it's all OnlyFans now. You know?
That's the other thing. Yeah.
He was the Robert Egert of the 90s.
Yeah, makes my mom siskel.
Yeah.
So yeah, good for them. But yeah, again, solid.
I'm trying to think of a cum joke I could make about Robert Egert. Gene Shalit, Gene Shall cum? I don't know. I don't know.
We'll get
Nailed
there.
it.
Yeah.
we can take care of this in post.
We can fix it in post.
Yeah.
Joseph, put in some critic porn jokes.
I just has anyone a little off the topic, but that the South Park special,
No, I saw a commercial for it, but I didn't watch it.
Which special?
the one that they just put out, I'm losing it now.
The Panderverse.
What's up?
Panderverse. I've not seen it, but I've heard about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at what point are we going to recast Two Girls, One Cup, and make it, you know?
Two guys, one
I think
bowl?
it's about time. I'm a big nostalgia whore, so I'd be into that.
Yeah. You know, I think we need more people with diversity represented in that period piece.
And you know, they tried launching an expanded universe with that back then.
Did they really?
I mean, are you familiar with One Guy, One Jar?
I'm not.
I'm
intrigued.
I've seen it.
It's probably exactly what you think.
Okay. They got to get them all in one video. They got to do like an Avengers
Yeah,
of
it gets disturbing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he's coming back.
I'm not going to watch it.
I,
Mr. Hands
I
is
hope
a-
the
he-
reboot is more tasteful.
Yeah, Mr. Hands.
that
He's
and pudding
gone.
farts.
I mean, at least make it a biodegradable jar now. You know.
Plastics or paper straws.
Yeah. Harm yourself, not the environment.
Right. This jar is going to last 100 years in a landfill.
They got to reboot it. What do you? I think we talked about this during the live stream, but what do you think those girls are up to nowadays?
Oh.
Just same shit, different cup.
I mean, I'm sure Family Dollar pays well.
Yeah.
Probably claiming
Family
that
Dollar.
that veganism causes autism in their kids.
Yeah. Probably the shit you ate.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor gals.
E. coli.
Probably dead.
I had Chipotle for the first time yesterday.
for the first time.
Yes,
What
I've
the
never had
fuck?
Chipotle before.
How did you never have Chipotle before?
I'm a Qdoba boy.
I mean,
That's fair.
did you like it?
The burrito was good. Everyone told me the queso was underwhelming, and they were correct.
Yep.
But it's still got on the burrito.
Really?
In terms of chips and queso, I would say Qdoba has that in the bag.
Yeah.
I always preferred Chipotle's queso.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, you know, each their own.
Yeah, no, I don't
I
blame.
will say the last time I went to Chipotle, I was watching the girl wrap my burrito, and she was
She
like
licked it?
tuning out, and she literally drool
Oh.
just came out of her mouth.
What the
and went
fuck?
into my burrito, and then she looked at me, looked down at that, and then she went, "What the fuck?" and just like threw the burrito out, and I'm just like, now what do I do?
I would have
Just took
left.
a nap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, she
Mid-burrito
remade
nap.
the burrito,
That's good.
and like I'm just like I
That's
wasn't
disgusting.
hungry anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame
yeah,
you.
that would have fucked me up a little
But
bit.
then when I got home, I was hungry.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
I
here's,
would've
here's the
eaten
fucked
that.
up part. Like I love burritos, and like the girl who like scooped the steak in on that first one, like she hooked me up.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right. And then I'm watching the remake. I'm like,
Like, bitch, at least fucking.
yeah. Like if you're gonna drool on my shit, like
Right, make it up to me.
no, what
Did
she
you
did.
put a Michael Douglas falling down?
Well, her save was she told the girl at the counter, even though it was carne asada, she's like, it's chicken. I'm like, Save me $1.27, but
You should have just been like, hey,
not bad.
how do you know I wouldn't have wanted that?
yeah.
The
some
lady who did my burrito yesterday nailed it. 10 out of 10. Shout out to you. You were amazing.
Yeah.
I believe she was the MOD at the time, or if not, she was just like the one who's worked there the longest.
Nice.
Because the kid who was helping the guy before me was somewhat new, clearly, because he was like, just the way he was like put the places he was putting like the queso, the sour cream, the rice. She was like, oh no, if you put it here, it's less messy when you cut it and shit. And then she helps me and she does my burrito fucking flawlessly. I was like, man, my burrito did not look like that, guys.
Have you ever been to Big Ten Burrito in Ann Arbor?
I don't
think
believe
it's
so,
called
no.
BTB now.
No.
But it used to be a drunk spot, and they used to offset 2 tortillas, and this thing would come out like it was
Powerful.
one of the largest.
I do love when they double wrap it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not even a double wrap, just an extend.
Just
Oh.
a big boy.
Yeah.
Like a long boy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Girthy.
So like leave the
Yeah.
bar and be like 2:00 in the morning and stop at a Big Ten Burrito and just get that thing to
Just
soak
slam
up.
that boy.
Good.
I remember. Sorry, you can go.
No, I was just gonna say I'm in Ann Arbor next week, so I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
Check out Brad at his. Oh wait, no, this is coming out after that. Still, you have a show on Thursday. That's a
I have a show on next Monday and Thursday.
yes.
Yes.
So, well, I guess this coming Thursday, because if they're watching this next Monday.
This coming Thursday is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying when they're watching this coming Thursday, you will
Oh.
have a show.
Yes.
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 Timelines.
I remember in college, I was getting Taco Bell from the Taco Bell on campus, and it was, I don't know if your guys' colleges had the same stereotype of, like, FOB Indians, like, just running all the fresh off the boat.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, just like,
see what
you
you
know,
I was thinking Fallout Boy.
Fall Out Boy, big fans of Fall Out Boy, Indian boys.
I was gonna text my dad, see what kind of porn you're talking about.
Yeah, the ethnics, the fresh boys, the authentics.
Sundays on ABC.
They were all running like all the restaurants and shops around campus.
Okay.
And I remember
Change the tag on their shirt and go to the next town.
yeah,
that kind
pretty
of
much,
thing. Yeah.
pretty much. Good for them. They're hard workers. Those
Yeah.
are the immigrants we want.
Good.
And they were working at the Taco Bell, and they were there was like a long line. They were taking a really long time, and this black girl behind me, she yelled out, "Y'all need some black people running this Taco Bell. Y'all taking too long." I didn't know that was a stereotype. That black people run Taco Bells really well.
The woman who did my burrito last night was a black woman.
yeah,
Solid.
I guess yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense then.
Yeah, like I said, she was clearly the MOD or
Yeah.
sole manager
or
the-
gunning for the MOD.
Yeah.
right, or running it like
She
the Navy.
wants that. Yeah, she wants that position.
I don't work with these kids.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that was
that
before,
John
the
Travolta.
forger.
Yeah.
Last thing is,
yeah. Let's hear it.
John Travolta has I believe he has either a butt chin or he just has a little bit of hair right in the crack,
A single.
like just a dot,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's kind of jarring.
Just
Yeah.
a dot. Yeah,
It's like how hard do you have to work to keep that?
yeah.
Or like it probably started out as something more, and then he just kind of kept on fucking it up in the shave. And so, like,
They shot the whole movie in 2
Okay.
days, so he didn't
gotta have
take a
some hair,
shower.
yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta
can't
look,
have
I gotta look tough.
yeah. Like, does he have a cleft chin?
I believe he
I
has.
think he does.
He has some kind of unique chin feature.
Yeah.
So I think
I don't know if it's
it was
butt
yeah,
necessarily,
it was just covering the cleft.
Was
Yeah.
this post plastic surgery, Travolta?
It's a great question, actually. Probably.
Probably.
I feel like
Yeah.
it had to be because he had like the Mickey Rourke hairline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just real solid.
Yeah, I'm glad he just got rid of it. He just yeah.
Yeah, just fully embraced it.
Yeah.
Like, women love Bruce Willis, so why not lean into that?
And The Rock.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I don't know. Where I was going.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan
Oh
guest.
man, don't even get me started on that fucking Rock episode. I got some thoughts, let me tell you.
Fair.
But
You sound like The Rock at WWE.
Oh,
I got
brother.
some thoughts, let me tell you.
ooh, listen to your jabroni.
Cream of the crop.
If you smell, la, 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 la. Yeah. I can't do the rock. Sorry.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. All right.
It's better than what I could do.
That's fair.
I watched The Last Heist, starring fucking what's his name, Henry.
Kissinger.
Yeah, Henry Kissinger. No, fucking Henry Rollins.
Oh, Henry Rollins.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, star of in the fucking David Lynch movie. Oh, I don't remember which one. He was in
Love
one
that
of them.
one.
Yeah. Lost Highway. Star of Lost Highway, Henry Rollins in The Last Heist.
Nice.
It was
A lot of last.
yeah, that's the thing. Is I was like, how is this the last heist? Did like no
there a
heist
first?
happen
Yeah.
after
Was
this?
he in
Yeah.
Save the Last Dance?
Is it the last heist that these guys participate in, or is it just it's just the last heist? It's the last one that ever happened.
Just the last
Do
one.
they have a
The
scene where
previous
they
one.
come into the heist room and there's no one there, so then they turn the lights out like every 90s sitcom?
No,
last
this one
episode?
also takes
an
place
empty room.
entirely in a bank and in a van, in like the back of a van.
Nice.
He's not even involved in the heist. He's a preacher, but he's a cross country serial killer,
Okay.
and you know it's him because he plunges the eyes out of his victims, and
It's his calling card.
Everyone's so
that's
creative.
his calling card. Yeah, he pulls their eyes out because he doesn't want them to see the heist.
You could still describe what he looked like to
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe, yeah, when you get your eyes pulled out, you just forget what things look like. You're like, I don't know what things look like anymore.
I forgot what colors are.
Well, also, he's a killer, so you know,
that's a good point.
kills them first.
Yeah.
I imagine an eye pull out, that's going to get you.
That would probably put you in a shock at the very least.
Yeah.
This makes me uncomfortable thinking about it, to be honest with you. Like, I had a tough time, like, switching to contacts, you know?
Yeah, an eye plunge, it's not for you.
Yeah, not.
But so this bank, it's like a mafia run bank or something, and it's closing down, so they're like shutting everybody's accounts out. He goes to the bank to get his cash out or whatever, but then while that's happening, there's a group outside, and they're getting ready to heist the bank. They're getting ready to rob it, and they storm the Capitol, and they're all wearing masks, but then they just take them all off immediately. And the leader of the heist is brothers with the manager of the bank, and they keep saying like, "Oh, we went different ways. Like I do what I have to do for money, and you're just a part of the system. You're a sissy boy."
That's fair.
Yeah.
I was chuckling when you said mafia-run bank because I just like to think of like a bunch of mobsters like as bank tellers.
Hey, we gotta get this bank.
You call this a deposit?
Hey,
You call
come
this a
on.
deposit?
Yeah.
Come back when you have $25.
Hey, I'm counting here.
I'm counting here. Yeah.
It's like everyone's just getting like they have a run on rolls of quarters for beating people up in the alley, you know.
That was funny. It's
solid.
always a mafia run bank. They're just like
You come back in here with loose change, I'm gonna beat you with it with a sock.
yeah.
Yeah. I'd be fucking so nervous.
It's like all quarters. What do I look like? A fucking caputs. I don't know. Mafias.
I don't know mafias.
I don't know mafia talk.
There's a whole bunch of washers and
unionized.
dryers. So like
Unionized, yeah. And unionized mafia. That'd be funny. Uncle Mafia season 3. That's gonna be it. We're gonna unionize the mafia.
a mafia strike.
Mafia strike.
Who would break it?
Yeah.
Who would break
We
it?
got 2 seasons right there.
Yeah.
This unionization and the strike.
Yeah. Uncle Mafia is just like standing out on top of like a tall building, watching as like all his mafia guys are like striking.
What do we want? Hey.
We're not gonna kill anybody until you pay us our fair wages.
You gonna be a rat or you gonna be a scab?
Yeah.
What do we want? Gabagool.
Deli platter.
Cold cuts.
Hey. Other
like
mafia stereotypes.
So like, what
Hats.
makes it a mafia bank? Is
It's
it
just like I don't know.
is there plastic covering?
They
the-
just
the
keep saying
furniture?
like you know.
It's just poorly lit.
There's some guy sitting in the back eating pasta.
Yeah.
It's roped off. He's got a cat.
Nice.
Yeah. Those are all good jokes.
I'm much more into this bank run, like
The mafia run bank, yeah.
Mafia run bank.
I don't think I don't know if it's a mafia run. I wasn't paying attention to this movie, but it was just they kept saying like, you know who's running the bank, you know whose money you stealing.
Johnny spreadsheets.
But then, in a twist, Henry Rollins starts killing the hostages and the bank robbers because he's just in it for himself, you know.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, that's bold.
Yeah, and
He's
like
a liar.
he's a liar.
I don't trust him.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust him. But he there's a bathroom scene where like one of them takes an old lady to the bathroom. There's like an old lady hostage.
Yeah.
And they take her to the bathroom, and he's like, "Hurry up, you old skank," or whatever. Like they keep berating this old lady, and she's like a vicious old lady, and she's like, "Shut up, you robber! Hurry up this robbery! I gotta get home. I got things to do." And then they go into the bathroom later, and they open the stall, and then the old lady has her eyes gouged out.
Ooh.
And so it's like he's going after the people too.
Ooh.
So we had a bathroom scene in
The vaults.
or
the vault.
The
Yeah.
vault. We
yeah.
had a bathroom scene. Flypaper has bathroom scenes. It seems like these bank heists.
Everyone always has. There's one in Money Heist. There was a show on Netflix called Money Heist. Did you guys watch that?
It came up in my search
Yeah.
or something.
It's like a Spanish show just about.
Oh
a
yeah,
heist.
yeah. I have seen it. Yeah.
There's underage titties in that one too, but the actress might be of age. But
Okay, so that's a
she's
Euphoria
playing a high school
situation.
student.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
I don't
more
know
of
the
a
laws
Euphoria
in Spanish.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, the Romeo and Juliet movie I had to watch in high school. They were not 18.
yeah. That's like the Japanese movie House that me and Gunnar were talking about that one time, where just all the women are just 15. They're all just naked in the entire movie.
Well,
Interesting.
I found that funny when like House of the Dragon.
They're all naked.
Like they like. Have you seen House of the Dragon?
The Bruce Lee.
I'm
like-
aware of it.
Well, it's the Game of
that's-
Thrones.
yeah. I
Game of
thought-
Thrones. And they like jump forward in time, and they make it very, very clear what people's ages are before and then after. And I'm like, well, there's going to be a sex scene at some point. And they just want they want everyone to be like,
They're like, she's definitely legal right now.
Yeah.
she's definitely of
Essentially.
childbearing age.
essentially is
Childbearing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
She looks very
that's the
spooky.
bar we're setting.
Yeah.
Childbearing. She's 12.
This is Alabama. Jesus. But yeah,
Westeros.
yeah. So
Westerbama.
why not? So yeah, back to bathroom scene. Yeah.
Back to bathroom scenes. Yeah, I don't know. This is a shitty movie. Do you want to talk about another one?
I've watched all the ones I could watch.
All right.
Flypaper.
Flypaper. What's that one about?
Bank heist.
Bank
Okay.
heist?
Two different crews show up throughout the same
Oh,
bank
that's
at
a
the same
fun.
time.
That's a fun.
Oh,
That's
that
a
is
cool-
fun.
thing.
It's kind of like on that double book date,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
sort of thing. So two of the guys that show up are like dumb redneck, like
Any actors
I
of
can
note?
hear that in unison. What are you doing here?
It's just a pan shot of both of them. Like, what the fuck?
the dad from Arrested Development.
Oh, Jeffrey Tambor.
Yep.
Yeah.
He plays the bank manager. I think Ashley Judd.
That's a name.
Actually, Judd's.
Yeah. I believe
Ashley Judd.
I'd have to. Yeah, she was quite well endowed. So
Very smart.
Well endowed in terms of her tits.
yes, beautiful eyes.
Beautiful. eyes.
And
Great name.
a couple other people that like I recognize, but I can't tell you from where. You know, like
Yeah.
like
Is this one I recommended for you? Or is this one you just?
you recommended it.
I did.
Flypaper.
Wow.
Yeah.
The fuck is
Yeah, I
wrong
think,
with me?
I think that was on
I
the
don't
list.
know.
Yeah.
So yeah, these two crews show up at the same time. One
Yeah.
very professional. They have like the electronics. They come in through the back way. Like the other
through the
two,
back.
like rednecks. Their names are Peanut Butter and Jelly,
Oh.
Huh.
and they're
Don't
very
like that.
like hold up a liquor store vibe. Well, yeah. What was that Woody Harrelson movie where
Natural
you
Born
Country
Killers.
Killers.
yeah,
Man.
yeah, like almost like comedy parody of that type vibe. You know?
Okay.
So there's a shootout between the two rival factions.
All right.
One of the guys who is in line, you know, that they show at the very beginning. Again, jump right into it. No foreplay. Opening scene, the heist. This guy has some like ADHD, something kind of with him, and he has fallen in love with Ashley Judd right
Nice.
off the rip. And he's like got like some real like Rain Man characteristics where he's just kind of taking everything in.
Autistic.
Okay.
The two opposing crews come in, gunshot is fired, guy dies, shootout ensues. Finally, this guy negotiates between the two crews, like, hey, you guys came for the vault. and you guys came for the ATM. Why don't you just share the heist?
Split them, yeah. Two heists, two simultaneous heists.
So
do they do that?
That's what happens.
What a nice resolution.
Hilarity ensues where they bought
They keep slipping on
the
bananas.
off-brand C4 to blow open the
What the
the
fuck?
ATM.
Was this a comedy?
There was some humor in there. Yeah.
Jeffrey Tambor, comedic talent.
Yeah. So Rain Man-esque guy is just kind of continuing to put.
That'd be a funny movie. Just a bunch of autistic guys doing a heist. Just a bunch of Down syndrome guys.
Joseph.
Just really happy about it the entire time.
Yeah.
It would have to be a playoff Special Olympics, right?
They do a great heist. They'd get away with it.
Yeah. It's like all the places that the Ocean's 11 crew heisted, but like a month after, you know. Oh, God bless.
Say, I am not touching that.
This is gonna be this camera. Anyways, so yeah, basically this guy puts it all together. One interesting, like, everyone's kind of, both crews are going back and forth, and it turns out that there's like a Facebook for like robbers.
Heisters.
And,
Like a group?
and so like they're both like
Tinder for
like I'm sure I have a higher rank than you, so like they're going
What
through
the fuck?
like the ranking system.
I have more followers than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that Black Mirror episode.
So
Whoever has the highest rating can do the better heist.
this had some really just, you could tell that this movie was made before Me Too. You know, with
There was some touching.
there was just some inappropriate, chauvinistic things that like would have
Some Ashley Jugs.
had this movie actually, you know, been consumed, it would have been canceled.
Mm.
Yeah.
I see.
So it's pretty fair.
Did it actually show her Judds?
No Judds. Yeah.
Did Jeffrey show his Tambor?
No Bobs.
Jeffrey did not show his Tambor. A guy did get his ear shot off though.
That's pretty sexy.
Yeah, they put it in the fridge.
I'd see
It's
that.
peanut butter. Yeah, peanut butter got his ear shot off.
Cool thing.
Fridge. I would do the freezer personally.
They had an interesting. Yeah, here's a good example. They needed to split up the hostages between the two groups, and so they had like a hostage draft. So it's like I'll take the hot
What the
chick.
fuck? This
Yeah.
wasn't a comedy?
It was a comedy.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
a comedy,
yeah.
okay.
It was like, yeah. So, long of the short, the number one ranked criminal
Draft pick.
Jeffrey Tambor.
heister, he ended up being Jeffrey Tambor.
Oh.
He was posing as the bank manager.
Oh,
And
okay.
so he hired all of the
Oh,
opposing
so it was an
crews.
inside job.
And he, so here's, you know, like a great sign that it's a bad movie is when they like make it a point to say the title in the movie.
Oh, of course.
You know?
I love that.
And so, you know, Rain Man is just like, that's why we're all here. The money's the Flypaper.
Oh.
Get everyone in the same room, get everyone to kill each other, and then Jeffrey Tambor can let everyone else do all the hard work, and then he can, you know, so like this very Clue-esque where
Yeah.
like one by one people are dying, and you know, so
All right.
and it turns out that Ashley Judd is the second best thief on there, and she ends up getting away with it.
Nice. So she becomes the best thief.
Yeah, she becomes the best thief.
Love a girl boss.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at that.
Exactly. So,
She out Tambor to Jeffrey.
yeah, that was good. And then the other one that I watched was the Liam Neeson Honest Thief.
Ah, yes. The Honest Thief.
Either of you watched
I did not
I
watch
did
that
not
one.
know.
Yeah, it was very.
I'm an honest thief.
He only robbed banks because
Mafia run bank.
well his dad was dying and a bank refused to give him any money for life-saving treatment or something like that. So Liam Neeson got his revenge by robbing banks, but never spent any of the money.
He's an honest thief. His dad like walked. He hit his head on the the bank counter and died, and then he's like, "I'm gonna get revenge on the banks."
Well, So what ends up happening is he falls in love as
With the bank?
as he's getting a new storage unit. He falls in love with the storage unit girl.
Interesting.
Fast forward to a year later, he decides that he's gonna
Get back in the high school.
propose,
Oh.
but he wants to come clean about having been a
Heister.
heister. They called him the In and Out Bandit.
He only
his
robbed
name.
In-N-Out burgers.
I prefer What a Bandit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he hated the name, and he told the FBI so. So he calls the FBI, wants to turn himself in.
Uh-huh.
The guys think that it's a joke, so they send two lower-ranking agents out there. They
The
too,
D Squad.
yeah, they too think it's a joke, but they go check out the storage unit anyways and find the cash and decide, hey, since everyone thinks this is a joke, we can keep the money. This guy can go fuck himself.
Oh, I like that. I was expecting them to be like, "Oh, this is our case. We're gonna be the cream of the crop in our department."
Yeah.
No, that's much more fun.
Yeah, so then Liam Neeson is incensed that he's trying to be
The
the honest
honest
thief and do the right thing. So he calls into the office and is like, hey, like, your fucking guys, they haven't even shown up yet. And then the main boss comes as the guys are, like, confronting him and, like, basically they have a gun. They're going to have him stage that he killed himself so that they can get away scot-clean.
Any takens done?
Well, boss shows up, they shoot the boss, and then Liam Neeson rides a guy out of the window.
Nice.
Like a sled.
Yeah, just like falls out, and then has to get away, and that's when Liam Neeson starts doing
Liam
Liam Neeson
Neesoning,
taking
yep.
things where, like, all of a
Taking
sudden
them.
it turns out that he used to disarm bombs in the military,
What the
so he's
fuck?
building bombs.
Oh, what a convenient attribute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it helped blow the safe
Vault.
open.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, so he figures it all out, gets away with it, and kills everybody who
Does he get married?
I love that for him.
they allude. He pulls it out,
Pulls out a dick.
Well, as he falls out of the hotel, that's when his
His dick gets
fiance shows up because she wants to say hello to him, and then
Run.
so now she's on the lam with him.
Ah,
So, I don't know. I got a lot of respect for Liam Neeson, especially because I found out he parties so hard that he just shits and pisses himself.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I
Yeah.
also heard about that.
Put the picture right here.
There it is. Did you see that,
Yeah,
guys?
good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also loved when he was like going through. He wanted to like find a black guy so he can kill him. You were saying something. He said that a few years ago. Do you remember that?
I do not remember.
He said like he had a friend who was raped by a black guy, and so he was like, and I just wanted to find a black bastard and kill him.
He said he wanted to like hit the first black person on the street
Yeah.
that he saw.
Really?
He said this on like
On,
Good
like-
Morning America,
Yeah.
or like something of that like level. It was like
Jesus.
like a morning news show.
I thought you were just setting me
for
up to
no
cancel me here.
no for no reason he
He
said
was.
it. And then, yeah, I was. Yeah, he said it for no reason, and then went on like a 3-month like cancellation tour of just like apologizing.
Did Jerry Seinfeld bring him out on the late
He was,
show?
No, but he was on the
He's like,
View.
stop laughing. It's not funny. He didn't want to kill those black guys. Yeah, it was
Just
the
rough him up
wildest
a
shit
He
to
was
like
dying
just
up there.
yeah.
Yeah, it was. They always talk about like, oh, not on my 2020 bingo card. Like that was
Yeah.
certainly one of them.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
No, but it was good, low budget.
Liam Neeson's movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
So.
And I watched Tower Heist. It was fine. I'm
Yeah.
sure people have seen it. It's just
When it was coming out, I was curious.
Yeah.
But I was like, do I want to spend money?
I was too, but I heard it was so bad, and I was like, I'm not gonna see this thing.
Who was in Tower Heist?
Ben Stiller and Eddie Murphy and
Gabourey Sidibe.
Gabourey Sidibe.
How did I miss
She
this?
plays a Jamaican maid.
Okay. She's the
She
inside
does.
man.
She hosted SNL once and did a Jamaican accent, and it
Yeah.
was just okay. So now I'm really curious.
They did They did like this was in all the trailers, but it was like the funny joke back in the day where it's like a big chick is like in love with a guy, and she was like hitting on Eddie Murphy, and she was like, "Oh, I'm sure you could really, touch me anywhere," something like that. It was just.
You could jerk my chicken.
Yeah. Hey.
There we go.
Casey Affleck's in it. This is another heist movie he's in.
Nice.
Because he's in the oceans, and he plays Ben Stiller's like brother-in-law, and he's like some loser.
It's on brand for Casey Affleck.
Yeah, just a sad fucking
a sad
loser.
in-law.
Matthew Broderick is in it. That was fun. I didn't know he was in stuff.
He's still in things, and
Yeah.
he does not look like himself. Like
Yeah.
not in like a plastic surgery way at all. Just like I saw him in No Hard Feelings,
Yeah.
the Jennifer Lawrence movie, and I was like,
He's filled
It
out
is
in a
him.
weird way.
filled out's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
We all get old, Joseph. We all get
Which
old.
is the other thing. Like, yeah, he's at least 60.
Yeah.
So like, obviously, no one's gonna look. I'm not gonna look.
He's
that
not
great
taking
at 60.
HGH like old Joey Rogan, like
Like
we're
old
talking
Joey
about here,
Rogan.
you know. So
Daddy Rogues.
he's not on it.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's not doing his kettlebell thrusts like Daddy Rogues.
Yeah.
He's doing his kettlebell thrust on SJP. Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, are they still married?
Were they not?
I think they are.
Yeah.
I don't
think
keep
so.
tabs on
Yeah.
either, but like I would believe it if they were,
Yeah.
or if they weren't.
Yeah.
Or if they weren't, yeah.
I hope they're happy.
We'll fix it in post. Yeah.
And yeah, the twist is that the vault is empty, or the safe is empty, and the money was actually turned into gold, and then the gold was turned into a Ferrari that was painted to look like a Ferrari.
So there's just this very heavy Ferrari that's around.
They have to, yeah. There's a
That's
scene
melting.
where they have
Yeah.
to, they have to get because the Ferrari's on the top floor of the tower, and so they have to get it out. So they attach it to the window washer thing, and they're trying to lower it, and without people seeing. And
The gas mileage on that. Ugh.
Oh my god.
and Matthew Broderick is dangling off the bottom of the Ferrari,
Yeah.
like over the streets of New York. And I'm like, Matthew Broderick does not have the upper body strength to be holding on to this Ferrari
been a
hundreds of feet over
Please
above
tell
New
me.
York.
Please tell me they had the Ferris Bueller sound in there. The ow, ow.
No, but they should have.
To say it's been a while since Godzilla, so I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think he's dangled from a building in a minute.
Ayo. I don't think he's dangled. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, it was fine. It was whatever.
It's not easy to dangle. I'll just want to throw.
You
that
ever
out there.
dangled?
I mean,
I've dangled off like a pull-up bar from times, like just to like test my grip, and it's
yeah. I'd argue that that's one of the more unrealistic things in all action movies that we watch.
Dangle?
Is how well people can dangle. Even
Yeah.
like when people are trying to kick their hands off and like how they
Oh,
regrip
yeah.
and whatever. Like
The moving helicopters crack me up.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I feel like that would be very hard to like.
yeah.
Even if you do grab it, you have to hold on to it.
You know how many people can't stand a fucking inner tube in a lake? And, and you expect me to believe that they're gonna hang off a fucking helicopter? Like, get the
That's
fuck out of
such
here!
a good point.
And that and then he slips, and Casey Affleck somehow reaches out the window and is able to pull him in.
Do they do
Like
the
from the
300?
floor under.
Yeah, from the floor under, and
Okay.
it's.
Do they do like the hand over hand 300 grip?
I think so. Yeah.
Nice. That's real broy.
Yeah.
It's real broy.
Super bro.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was fine. It was just
Yeah. Tower heist.
they heisted the tower.
Did they ever
What'd
say
you-
tower heist?
What'd you watch it on? Just curious.
I think it's on Netty or Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I haven't.
One of the main
That
ones.
one's not popped up anywhere for me in terms of like just added or anything, and that's
Yeah.
like I said, I wanted to see it when it was coming out and then never did.
Yeah.
So
Eddie Murphy does a double cross, but then he double crosses again, so it's
Oh.
that's a
A
triple
triple cross.
cross.
Do they ever like say tower heist?
They said we're doing a tower. No, they don't. I do
There
love
goes that theory.
in movies whenever because Eddie Murphy plays like a bank robber, like felon type character. I always think it's funny, like because every Eddie Murphy movie he plays like a broke guy or like a a street guy or whatever. And it's
Dr.
like-
Doolittle was neither.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Fucking
Nor was Dr.
Trading
Dolittle too.
Places. Whatever the other
Coming
ones
to
are.
America.
Yeah, I guess that's funny.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny whenever Eddie Murphy plays like a down on his luck character because that's like the opposite of Eddie Murphy.
It's fair. You don't smile like that if you're really down on your luck. You know.
That's true. He's got an electric smile. I've
Yeah.
always appreciated.
He looks too good to be a down on his luck bank robber guy, felon character.
I could cast as down on your luck bank robber.
Yeah, you could be a believable down on his
Yeah.
luck bank robber.
Yeah, like almost like people like that's too easy. Like
Yeah.
they wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. I don't think I could be like the guy who got fired from his job and so turns to you to do a heist.
You're like a medium luck guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Brad, who's Brad?
I'm a goody two shoes.
Yeah, Brad's the guy who doesn't want to get involved in the heist.
Exactly.
Brad's the friend that's in the van that all of a sudden has to help.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'll hack.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Oh,
I'll do that.
no.
no.
I barely know how to update my computer.
Oh,
Brad's
damn it.
the reluctant heister.
Like you don't know that you're in on the plan. You're just
I'll have to be forced into it. Like, oh, I took this picture of you. Now you have to.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm like, no, it's illegal.
Guys, I can't believe it. It's the end of Heist-vember. We just
I ain't
got
going to
about all
jail.
these-
yeah.
We talked about all these heists, and we had a grand old time talking about them.
What I
Yes.
mean, if you were going to heist something, what would you like? Would it be a piece of art? Would it be jewelry? Would it be
Yeah, probably
a
some
bank?
probably a. Because I wouldn't want to sell whatever I heisted, Because I feel like that would give it away. I'd get caught. I'd probably
It's
just
traceable
heist a
to an
painting,
extent.
and
the
then,
fence.
I'd heist a painting and just keep it in my bedroom like Brad's grandfather. What would you heist, Brad?
So I don't think Coca-Cola trucks are armed.
That'd be pretty funny.
So if I had to, like, the
Yeah.
most on-brand thing would probably be that. Either that or an Entenmann's truck.
That'd be fun.
That's fair.
Tap.
I'd the whole Robin Hood type thing where you're like I'd want to steal from shitty people.
Okay.
you know?
Oh, yeah, they deserve
Yeah.
They can afford to be robbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be an honest thief.
I mean, I'd still skim for myself.
I was
you
going
know?
to say, I'd be if I were to steal, I'd have to keep the majority probably.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
unless it's a lot of money, in which case I'd be like, okay, I don't need
You
that
know,
much.
so-
I like the idea of hitting a moving target though.
Yeah.
So like just go DB Cooper and have to
Just dip on out.
Jump out of a plane.
Jump
yeah
out of
jump
a
out of the plane afterwards.
Yeah,
you know?
that'd be
Like,
funny.
That was a highlight of Money Plane. Was
The jumping of the plane.
jumping out?
Jumping
yeah.
out of the plane.
Yeah. Did not look believable.
No.
So
Didn't need to.
Yeah.
You got the point across.
didn't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Money Train, I think that's what I would.
Money Train.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the next one. That's the sequel to Money Plane.
Yeah. I'm down.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching Heist-vember. Please subscribe and comment what heist we should do next. Big peace.